The boy's voice trembled as he stood before the line of roaring motorcycles, the engines growling like beasts ready to pounce. Dust swirled around him, kicked up by the spinning wheels, and the setting sun cast long shadows across the cracked road. His hands were clenched at his sides, his clothes worn, his eyes hollow but determined. He was barely 16, yet in that moment, he carried the weight of a lifetime. "Tell him who my father is," he demanded, his voice breaking through the thunder of the engines. The beakers exchanged looks. Their jackets bore the same emblem, a flaming skull with wings, the mark of the Iron Reapers, a gang known for their ruthlessness and loyalty to no one but themselves. The man at the front, tall and broad with a grey beard and cold eyes, killed the engine of his Harley. The others followed. Silence fell, heavy and tense. "Kid," the bearded man growled, his voice rough like gravel, "you don't walk up to the Reapers and make demands. You better start explaining before I lose my patience." The boy swallowed hard, but he didn't back down. "My name is Aiden," he said. "I grew up in foster homes. All I know is that my mom told me before idiot, my father was one of you." The gang stirred, murmurs rising among them. Some lied under their breath, others frowned. The bearded man, their leader, known as Grease, stared at the boy with an unreadable expression. "Your mother's name?" he asked finally. Aiden hesitated, his throat tightening. Claire Dawson." The latter did instantly. Grease's jaw twitched. One of the beakers, a tatted man with a scar over his eye, cursed softly. The rest went silent again. Grease stepped off his bike and walked toward Aiden, his boots crunching on the gravel. He stopped just a few feet away, towering over the boy. "You're lying," he said, though his voice was quieter now, more uncertain. "I'm not," Aiden whispered. Said met him here. Said he rode with you before he left town. I just want to know who he was. That is all I want." Grease looked into the boy's eyes, and for a flicker of a moment, something Haman stirred behind his hard star. But he turned away, muttering, "You shouldn't have come here." Aiden's voice rose, desperate now. "Please, if got nowhere else to go, just tell him who my father is." The beaker shifted uncomfortably. Grease clenched his fists, as if fighting something inside him. Then he barked, "Iverion, back to the bar." The men hesitated, but they obeyed. One by one, engines roared back to life, leaving the boy standing alone as they rode off toward the rusted building at the edge of town, the Reaper's base. But Aiden wasn't ready to jive up. He followed them, walking along the roadside until he saw the neon sign flicker in the distance, the rusted horse. Inside, the air was thick with smoke and music. He pushed open the door, earning a few stars as the noise dulled. Grease sat at the bar, a glass of whiskey in his hand. "You've got guts, I'll jive you that," he said as Aiden approached. "But guts only jet you killed, if you keep packing where you don't belong." "I just want the truth," Aiden said again, his voice steady. "If you know something, please tell him." Grease said, rubbing his temples. "Your mom, Claire, used to hang around here years ago. Sweet girl, didn't belong in this mess. Disappeared one night. None of us ever saw her again." Aiden's heart pounded. "Saw someone here, enough." Grease slammed his hand on the bar. The bottles rattled. "You think you're gonna find a fairy tale ending, kid? We're not your family. Whoever your old man was, if he was one of us, he's either dead or better off forgotten." The room fell silent. Aiden stood frozen, tears burning in his eyes, but he refused to let them fall. He turned and walked out into the night, his footsteps echoing on the empty street. Outside, he sat on the curb, staring at the flickering neon light. His mother's voice echoed in his memory, "One day, you'll find him." He wasn't all bad, Aiden. Just lost. The door creaked open behind him. It was the man with the scar over his eye. He took a drag from his cigarette and exhaled. "You shouldn't take Grease's words to heart," he said. "He's got gusts that don't let him sleep." Aiden glanced up. "You knew my mom too?" The man nodded. "Yeah, Claire was kind, always trying to save people who didn't want saving. He flicked his cigarette into the dirt. Listen, kid, Grace ain't gonna say it, but you should stick around. Maybe help out a bit. He'll come around. Aiden hesitated but nodded. He didn't have a place to go, and something told him that leaving now would mean never getting his answers. Days turned into weeks. Aiden started sweeping the floors of the bar, running errands, cleaning bikes. Some of the bikers mocked him, but others respected his quiet determination. Grace mostly ignored him, though sometimes Aiden would catch him staring, his face shadowed by thoughts he didn't share. One night, a rival gang, the Hell Serpents, rallied into town. The Reapers had a long-standing fight with them, and it didn't take long before fists turned into knives. The bar erupted into chaos. Aiden ducked behind the counter as bottles shattered and fists flew. Suddenly, one of the Serpents lunged at Grace with a knife. Without thinking, Aiden grabbed a broken pulka and swung it, striking the attacker and saving Grace's life. The room froze for a second. Then, with renewed fury, the Reapers drove the Serpents out into the night. When the dust settled, Grace turned to Aiden, his expression unreadable. "You could have run," he said quietly. Aiden shrugged. "Didn't seem right." Grace stared at him for a long moment, then said, almost to himself, "You're just like her." Aiden frowned. "Like who?" Grace didn't answer. He walked out into the night. Aiden followed him to the lot behind the bar, where the leader stood staring up at the stars. "I didn't know until I saw you fight," Grace said finally. "The way you move, the way you look at danger, it is the same fire your mother had." Aiden's blood caught. "What are you saying?" Grace's voice broke slightly. "I'm saying, Claire was right to keep you away from this life. I was too far gone. When SH left, I didn't follow. I thought I was protecting her. I didn't know SH was pregnant." The threat hit Aiden like a blow. The man had been searching for, the face he imagined every night, had been standing in front of him all along. "You're my father," he whispered. Grace turned, eyes wet but fierce. "Yeah, I'm your old man, and I've got nothing to show for it but regrets." Aiden stepped closer, the anger and confusion melting into something softer. "You could have told them. I didn't know how," Grace said. "Didn't think I deserved to." He looked at his son, really looked at him, and added, "But maybe I can try to make it right." Aiden's voice shook. "Then tell them about her. About who SH was." Grace nodded slowly. "Come on, I'll tell you everything." They sat on the hood of his bike as the night stretched on, father and son under the semi-broken sky, trading stories of a woman who had changed both their lives in different ways. For the first time, Aiden felt he wasn't lost anymore. He had come looking for his father, and found not just a name, but a chance to rebuild what had been shattered long ago. And as dawn broke over the dusty town, the engines of the Iron Reapers roared once more, not in defiance this time, but in unity. A lost boy had found his place among them, and a hardened man had finally found redemption.